5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now tuned into Thoughts to Myself.
Thoughts to myself, like
with your host, Poundz So Wavy.
Yeah. We live today, we live.
every time I see you, I get a bad vibe.
You gotta do the bop.
Just
Picture someone else in between your. You gotta do the bop. You gotta do the bop. I swear.
and you thought you were slick.
Had tricks up your sleeve. You gotta be side with it too, though.
But I'm sick of your stupid act, and I know you're tired of me. That's why I say.
Anyway. What's good, world? How y'all doing today? Welcome to episode 2 of Thoughts to Myself, hosted by myself, Poundz So Wavy. I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope all is good on this beautiful Sunday. I woke up this morning and I was seeing a lot of Mother's Day posts, and I was pretty sure that Mother's Day doesn't come this early in the year. I thought it was around the summertime. I think it's May 13th. Anyway, it's random. Anyway, what's up? Welcome world, welcome one, welcome all. We are live today in a different setting. We are currently in my room. I'm watching soccer. So, excuse me if I seem a bit distracted at times. In regards to that Avant, Separated. Let me get straight into the bullshit, right? I played that song because I saw a tweet earlier this week on Twitter about men not knowing when to let go. And that really applies for both genders, because women as well don't know when to let go. But that's neither here or there. All right. Let me keep it a stop with women on this one right now. All right. In a man's head, it's a man's world. All right. It's a man's world. So you're going to have those who think and understand that a man's world refers to women and men. You have some men who think that means just us, you know. So with that being said, when we consider it being a man's world, we always put ourselves above females. All right. And man, it is what it is. I'm just gonna speak the truth on it. So men really believe in the theory of having your cake and eat it too. Have your cake and eat it too, actually, is the real saying. Not that you can't. But so letting go for us is it's hard to do, because we believe in having what we want and making it work, you know? I gotta turn this game off because I'm really distracted right now. But I say it to say, when it comes time to let go, men usually don't let go for the fact that we believe the woman is ours. It isn't a matter of property, or it isn't a matter of obligation or entitlement. We just feel as though, hey, you belong to me, you know? I mean, there are going to be females who bring the narrative that, you know, I'm controlling or something like that, or that's how niggas are. But you do have niggas who let go. And what's crazy is, when I was a young man who let go often, females usually conveyed and concluded that means I didn't care at all, or I didn't care enough, you know? And then when I got older and I started to care more during these same situations, it comes across as weak or clingy. And no woman wants a man who portrays himself that way. So it's almost like you can't even assume you know what women want. Like, you're gonna be up shit creek thinking that way. And for women, you see, women always believe they can fix things. So if it's ever over, or if it comes to a relationship being done or coming to an end, regardless how a woman feels, whether she is fed up or not, whether she wants to keep him or not, there's going to be some part in her that wants to fight for what's hers as well, you know? So it's like, it doesn't only apply to men not being able to let go, you know? And I just found it funny because women always paint this narrative that it's always and only men. And it's not the truth, you know? I saw someone say along the lines of, they said women are just as trash as men, right? But because men are so bad, women think they're not. And the truth is, you are, you know? And it goes for both genders. I think it's to the extent where you really find who is worth suffering for. Like, you find who is worth your headache and your stress and your turmoil. That's really what it comes down to, you know? But there's this narrative painted in 2018, and like probably for the last couple of years, that once you are in something with someone, that you two must stick it out, that you're obliged to stick it out. And that's one thing I had to learn the hard way. If you're not married, there's no obligation for anyone to stay by your side, men and women, you know? We are not property to one another. I say it to say, I've been in situations where women, I guess, they've tried to trap me in situations by using by playing the guilt card, by throwing past shit that you did in their face, you know, so you feel bad. And you usually feel away. You usually feel away for choosing what's best for you. And you should never feel that way. Like, you should always feel content and complete and whole in the thought of knowing you are doing anything for yourself, you know, like for the betterment of yourself. Some might call it selfish. I don't. It is selfish, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't get yourself, who will get you, you know? And so I encourage people to consider the next person. Consider the next person when you always are doing your own thing or making your own decisions, you know? Even if it means breaking up, consider like that person as well, what they're going through. And don't try to hold them back, but understand their side, you know? Everything is a twofold effect. It takes two to tango. So it's never always on one side. And like, I really want people to get over this whole theory that it's okay to point fingers at a certain gender and that's what it is. It's not the truth. Like, quick example, let's just say cheating, you know? There isn't no excuse for cheating, but let's just say one party cheats. The next party looks at them in total disgust and disappointment, which they should, right? But they never consider, hey, what did I do to make this person cheat? And granted, like, you may have done nothing wrong at all, but I say it to say, like, our first thought should be to speak, not to assume or conclude, to ask and figure things out, you know? I've probably been cheated on before, but if you ask anybody about me, anything that's done or said about me, I always tell the person who's telling me the news, I don't blame the person. I don't blame them because I know what my part was in it. Whether it was bad or good, I had some part to play in the whole thing, you know? And like that's what people don't admit to. Like they have a part in people's demise and people's heartbreaks, but but we love to play naive to other people's agony that we cause. And it's not fair. You know, it's not fair. Quick side note. I hate how serious this is becoming for me because I didn't start this pod with the intent to be all the way serious. But I'm realizing that if I crack jokes among myself, it comes across as though I am schizophrenic, and that's not the case. Because I find myself funny. I find myself fucking funny. So I'm gonna laugh at my own shit. And someone's gonna be like, this nigga really is crazy. This nigga really is crazy. It's not the truth. So yeah, I'm actually looking for a hostess as we speak. I'm sorry, like my mind is really on this game today, so I'm not really here. But I am. Excuse me. What's up?
I'm showing you my hair.
Let me call you right back. I'm doing a pod. And you're on the pod now. You should say hi. Okay, you're gonna say hi. But that's a good goal. Anyway, on to the next topic. Excuse me for that. I don't give a fuck actually. Like I think like that's kind of cool if you're actually that candid where you can answer your phone or speak to people in your pod. That's actually more legit than not. But yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to speak about. The second thing, all right, it didn't bother me, but I felt a slight way because I think people assume that I'm coming for people or I'm judging people. Anyway, earlier this week I tweeted along the lines of I feel people should start playing the game again with a poker face. All right? Some took it as I am telling people don't be vulnerable. That I'm telling people to play a bluff their whole relationship or dating process, whatever it is. But anyway, neither was the case, you know. And I appreciate someone for actually interpreting what I said, and actually conveying it effectively, because I still to this day don't understand what I said wrong for such a conclusion to be made. But I understand people are entitled to their opinions, and it is what it is, you know. It really is what it is. But I sent the tweet moreover to try to put people on game to not expose themselves so early in a process with somebody, you know. And it's because, like I told you in the first episode, I've spent my time being so much different people that I can speak from experience. All right. I used to be an asshole. I used to be an opportunist, you know. I used to really be an opportunist. Like, you know how sharks seek out blood? They smell that and they can just, you know, from miles away just get this one person, and that's what it is. That's how men who are sure of themselves can snuff out, seek out weakness and vulnerability. We can. And it's sad, but we can. And it's like, if we see a female who is desperate for love, as we conclude, we're going to give her what she wants for our personal gain, you know? And in turn, it's going to be a broken heart. It's going to turn into the niggas ain't shit, niggas are trash, men are trash narrative that's always painted. And simply what I was doing was I was just putting some women on game. And granted, I really shouldn't. Like, I should let people really fend for themselves out there. But what's the point of being knowledgeable if you're not going to share your knowledge, you know, or your experiences? Good fucking bullshit. So, I say it to say, niggas would sense out that you're kind of weak and take straight advantage. They'll milk you dry. They'll take your money. I know niggas like who would tell a chick off the rip like, I love you, in the first 2 weeks, and in her head she's like, oh, my niggas love me and so on. Like, at the end of the day, he gets anything and everything he wants from her. The car, the money, the freedom to do whatever he wants to do, you know? And all I was saying really and truly was, yo, the poker face. Like, don't play all your cards off the rip. Like, if you give me, like, look at it this way. If you give me everything you've got on the first chance, I now have the opportunity to conclude for myself, okay, do I like this or do I don't? All right, versus me not even knowing and finding out gradually as time goes on. And even if it's good or bad, I learn to appreciate you for you and who you are. You know, that makes sense. Like, you learn to love people. You just don't give yourself out there like, hey, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. On to the next person. And that's what it is. That's kind of fucked up, you know, because you're giving yourself to people everywhere you go. That's not how it should be. But I realized that the more I try to look out for people, the more they assume that I'm being facetious in my intent. And really and truly, like, I am so past hurting people where it's never my intent. Because it's like, for me personally, I've even been played before. Not played, but like ran game on. We weren't a couple, but I know how it feels, you know. So the last thing I would want is for someone to feel that same way. And I really believe that karma is a mirror, you know. You look in the mirror and you see everything that you've done in the past happening to you. That's what it is. But I don't live by karma based on the fact, good fucking goal. Great goal, Deli Ali. I don't live by karma based on the fact that you're going to die one day. All right? And if you're going to die one day, does that mean that you killed somebody before? So karma is relative to the things you do. It isn't how you should live your life. Think about it. You know? It's like saying I'm not going to have a gun and protect myself because eventually I get killed by the same gun. You're going to die eventually one day. You know? It's almost like saying I shouldn't drink some alcohol because it leads to liver failure. It does, but you're going to die one day. So karma is very relative to certain things you do. At the end of the day, it's going to happen regardless, you know? Someone said, because we're grown now, we shouldn't put ourselves out there. And like, for me, I was not even saying that. And I asked the person, because we're grown, that means that we can't be played or cheated on or hurt by somebody else? I didn't get an answer, but I mean, I didn't take offense to it, but I feel as though the point was conveyed. Like, you're not too old to get played. So it's really a matter of guarding your heart, like protecting yourself. But let people tell it. I'm an asshole. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. And that's what it is, though. I know my heart is good, and that's what it is. Also, I wanted to say as well, if you notice, this is my second episode now, right? I don't speak from a rhetoric of things that I write down and speak of. I really speak from experience. I see this whole podcasting thing as being in college or high school and doing a presentation. Now follow me along this line here, all right? When you bullshit a project, group project, presentation, whatever it is, final project for college, school, whatever, and you gotta present, you go up there and you try to recite the things that you have typed into that presentation. All right, you don't actually know what you're talking about. So you're always up there like, Bob Marley was founded in Jamaica, 1942. Like things that you've actually written down, but you don't actually know. In Port-au-Prince, Portmore, Dominican Republic, right? And like people are sitting there looking at you like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Like Bob Marley is from Jamaica. Bob Marley is born like 1970. Like, that's how they're thinking. And you're standing up there like sweating and you're nervous because like you know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's how I really see doing this whole podcast thing. Like if I didn't know what I was speaking about, I shouldn't speak on it in the first place. And when you do know what you've actually recorded in your presentation, you go up there and like you're confident as shit. You could speak, you know what I'm saying? When it's question and answer, someone can ask you a question and you're not running through the slides, 1877, and then you actually remember that it's 1942. But that's how I see it. Like you should just go off the head if you know what you're speaking about. That's really my whole goal of this podcast, to actually use my experience to inform and coach. But the last thing I wanted to speak about today was unemployment, but I think I'm gonna wait until next week for that, or Tuesday. I actually haven't even figured out a time for these podcasts as of yet. I'm just posting these shit as I go, as I feel it, and I'm just gonna do it. I actually have the first episode up and ready on iTunes. And I am currently uploading the video of it to YouTube. I still gotta find out about the Android store, which I'll probably do today, and upload this one to the Android store as well. But subscribe to this podcast in Apple Music, SoundCloud. You can find it, Thoughts to Myself, on both platforms, and on YouTube. Yo, my mind, like, I'm sorry, like, I've really been watching this game. Y'all see my haircut and shit. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, IG at @PoundSoWavy. You guys already know what it is from last episode, and the link will be in the description as well. You guys can support me by following my clothing line as well, HL Clothing 242. And you can visit the site shophumblelion.com. Shout out my partners as well, KG and Maloney. I see y'all niggas out there doing work. It's HL to the world. And yeah, I'm thinking Tuesday would be the time. I'm thinking Tuesdays. I'll probably record Sundays or Mondays to actually like recap the week, and probably drop on Tuesday mornings. But anyway, it was a good one, guys. I thank you for
tuning in to Thoughts to Myself with your host, Poundz So Wavy.